Hello and welcome back to my channel, Samantha Thomas. Nice to see you. So I've been watching and listening to a lot of things recently, everything from Richard Dawkins to the sensationalism on Jay Shetty, um, and everything in between with regards to grifters, heretics, spiritual nonsense, and things that happen in the wellness world that just just generally doesn't have any regulation behind it. And what's actually good information and what's not good information. And like I said, this channel is for me to try and disseminate stuff without too much calling people out. I know I've just mentioned a couple of names there. I'm a big fan of Richard Dawkins, not so much of Jay Shetty. But this isn't about calling people out per se. This is about calling out information with my filter. My filter is personal training, it's nutrition and wellbeing coaching, and it's leadership training. This is my personal channel. I do have a professional channel as well. I'm a little less free on that channel because it's definitely business based. This is where I can be a little bit more open with my findings. And I don't have anything overly to report other than I've been listening and I've been watching. I listened to the conspirituality podcast. I can't say that. I always get my words twisted nowadays. I listen to Decoding the Gurus, and they do some conflicting stuff on things that are certainly on people that I like. So, for instance, Richard Dawkins. I like Richard Dawkins. They don't say too much about him, but they pick on Sam Harris. Sam Harris is a controversial figure in the United States. I don't know much about him, but I do know Richard Dawkins seems to be on the same page as him with a lot of stuff. Now, they're atheists, and that seems to be their thing around science and everything else that they specialise in. So they've got their professional stuff, and then they've got their personal stuff, and it seems to be very interwoven. Which I suppose is the interesting thing there. What can we take from them from a professional point of view that's really, really useful to us in our everyday lives, and what is just speculation and opinion? Bear in mind, good opinion, but it's biased towards their beliefs as opposed to serving and doing any good beyond the realms of that. And then does that build a cult? Does it build a culture? All those kind of things. I think these are just interesting things to explore. So I will be covering some stuff around the content or the kind of content that Jay Shetty shares, because he's not alone. And again, I don't want to call him out per se, but I'm going to look into some of the stuff he shares, what he's got in common with a lot of the other spiritual and wellness gurus that we see. Everyone from Gabby Bernstein to Teal Swan to Tony Robbins, and everyone, and Sadhguru and everyone in between. And again, I'm not going to, when I come in and speak about the content, I don't care how they deliver it. I don't care who they are. What I care is the result of that content and where it can be dangerous, where they're potentially giving generalized good advice from the pop psychology field, and where I think some of the content may be crossing lines and potentially even just plagiarized. It's not actually their content, so that you can go to original source and get content from original sources. It takes a lot of time to put this type of stuff together, so I am doing this like I say, a lot of listening, a lot of research in the background. I do this whilst I have a full-time job and I run my business, which is why I seem to be quite sporadic on videos recently. But I am passionate about doing this, and it ties in with what I do with business and all the things I'm passionate about. And I'm passionate about well-being. I'm passionate about people being able to have access to good information and not just biased information. I'm passionate about people not having to spend a fortune to be well. And I think a lot of these grifters, they cost people an absolute fortune to follow, and in some cases a lot of people can't afford that, but they do it anyway. And because their vulnerability has been targeted, and they've been promised that this vulnerability can be fixed in some way, and so they want relief from feeling that vulnerability, and so they get led there. And I'm saying I have been a victim of this too. I see people be victims of this every day. I think it's a horrible, horrible thing to go through. There is some good content that these people share, without a shadow of a doubt, that can be helpful. But I also want to dive into how helpful it is versus how helpful we think it is at the time. And hindsight is, it's an intriguing thing because it's pretty much useless for our use, but it's useful if we're sharing it for the benefit of other people. And for me, I'm going to do a lot of personal stuff where it's shared for the benefit of you. You can take away from it what you want. This isn't about agreements or disagreements or pointing the finger or black and white thinking and all that kind of stuff. It's about really trying to help you become as aware as you can without the spiritual context and connotation around that. Be aware of the information that's coming your way and whether that is genuinely good information for you or whether actually you might be best on to carry on looking. Keep on plodding down your road or down your path, as it were, to see if there's something that can serve you better. So that's it. I just wanted to basically do a quick video to show up again, say hello, tell you that I'm still working on stuff. It is going on in the background. I am very busy. Part of that busyness is making sure that I get this content right for you. And if there's anyone that I've mentioned or any specific ideas within wellness that you want me to explore, that you would like me to look at, please leave a comment in the comment section and I'll certainly try to look into that for you. I think these are just fascinating social psychology tangents. That's information about me. Again, I'm not qualified. I'm saying that I am massively experienced in studying that field, and I want to cross that bridge eventually. So this is part of my role when I'm doing that. Going from someone who follows psychology to someone who studies psychology. So this is my trajectory. So again, sharing information for you is my aim here, and being able to point you in the direction of the stuff that can help you to rather than just take stuff away from you and say, well, that's not good, is it? Because that uses it leaves you nowhere to go. And I want to go. I want to give you places to go that will actually be of genuine benefit. And my experience is one of the places you can go that is of genuine benefit for you is free. It doesn't cost a fortune, and it's not going to put your financial status at risk. It's not going to start telling you that you need to eat a vegan or a vegetarian diet to be spiritual, hallelujah, highness, and all that kind of thing. It is about just being sensible with information and making sure that you get it. Cool. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. I've been Samantha Thomas. I hope to see you again soon. Take care.